This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. We begin tonight with a developing story out of New York at the Canadian border. Authorities are investigating an explosion on the Rainbow Bridge near Niagara Falls on the U.S. side. Police say there are fatalities, and now they're looking into what or who may have caused this. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
A massive police presence at the U.S.-Canada border along the Rainbow Bridge near Niagara Falls. FBI agents leading the investigation into a fatal explosion on the U.S. side.
Anytime a piece of infrastructure as important to Canada and the United States, like a border crossing, sees this kind of violent circumstance, it's a source of concern for the government of Canada and for the United States.
You can see remnants of a car, charred metal, and smoke rising into the air. Sources tell ABC News that investigators discovered a suitcase or briefcase on scene, the bomb squad handling the package. Sources also saying the vehicle was seen on surveillance footage, stopped at an initial security checkpoint before speeding up and crashing into the second checkpoint. It's unclear what caused the explosion.
This is an evolving situation. Information is coming into Canadian authorities from their American counterparts, literally minute by minute.
Authorities shutting down the bridge along with others in the area.
We will continue to be engaged. We will provide updates. Updates I can give right now is there are 4 border crossings that are right now closed.
Local law enforcement also placing canine officers on each of the international bridges. Cars being searched at Buffalo Airport out of an abundance of caution.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul is traveling to the area as the investigation continues. Attorney General Merrick Garland has also been briefed. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
All of this unfolding as the holiday travel season ramps up. According to the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA is operating at a heightened level of security. Our Grace Blanchard joins us now live from the Bangor International Airport. Grace, what are you seeing over there?
Well, Peter, as you mentioned, travelers can expect to see an increase in law enforcement presence at airports across New England as they continue to monitor the situation in Niagara Falls. Now, in terms of travelers, things here at the Bangor International Airport have been relatively quiet, with flights coming in relatively smooth. However, as this is the holiday season for travelers, there's still much for travelers to think about and prepare for.
It is routine for us. We will see, sort of the surge for Thanksgiving.
The Bangor International Airport has been preparing for an influx of holiday travelers taking to the skies this week, along with the stormy weather making its way along the East Coast.
We were all a little nervous earlier in the week. We saw that there was some weather coming, and there's still an East Coast storm that we're still seeing some of the effects of.
Despite the storm impacting some airports across the East Coast, in Bangor, the lines have been relatively short, with flights coming in on time.
There were a few delays, I believe, out of New York earlier, but that's typical holiday traffic. Those airports are much busier, and their weather hit. This storm just hit at a different time. So I haven't really seen too much of an impact. And for us, we haven't really seen anything at all.
However, on the roads, AAA is expecting millions packing up to get their loved ones.
Holiday, we expected, say, 2.5 million New Englanders to travel on our roadways here in New England.
According to AAA New England, that is a 2.6% increase over last year's holiday travel numbers, with nearly 50 million projected on the roadways across the country.
It's bad weather, make adjustments. Maybe you might have to leave earlier, or maybe you postpone your trip a little bit and go later because of travel conditions out there and slippery road conditions.
And those traveling by air are encouraged to arrive at least 2 hours before your flight.
When there's weather like this, make sure that you're allowing yourself that extra travel time to get to the airport as well. So, roads might be a little slick. There might be a lot of traffic out there. So just that extra buffer. But yeah, this is pretty typical of what we see this time of year.
According to AAA, if you're traveling on the road on Thanksgiving, the best times are before 10 a.m. and after 5 p.m. Those traveling by air are encouraged to download their airline's app for all the latest updates. And here in Bangor, TSA will continue to operate at a high level of security and state of vigilance as they always do. Peter, back to you.
Alrighty, Grace, thank you. And all of this happening as we're experiencing some winter weather right before the Thanksgiving holiday. So let's turn things over to Conrad Sipinski with a first check of our forecast and see what else is coming our way.
Thank you so much. Our first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, building for your pets? Check them out at Winterport or at the Bangor Mall, and of course at winterportsheds.com. All right, guys, what a mess out there today. Hopefully you guys are limited in driving and not on the road the whole time, because it is not looking good, especially the more north you go. Winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings are still in effect in Greenville, Millinocket area as well. They look like they will be expiring very, very soon, but we will keep an eye on things. Overall, though, we are starting to clear up, but still some moderate snow is falling pretty much in the eastern side of the state. Look at all these darker blue colors right about here. That is some moderate snow still coming down, but things will continue to improve the next several hours and especially into those overnight hours. Visibility wise though, we're all pretty low here in town. We're looking at around 6 miles, a lot less right by the coast and of course into eastern Maine. Temperature wise though, earlier today we were hovering at around 42 degrees. That's why most of this was rain during the day. Overall, though, overnight tonight, we will continue to see some scattered light rain showers, and then we're going to continue to clear up. Temperatures back in those mid-30s.
All right, Conrad, thank you. Meanwhile, a man and a woman who were sought by police after an alleged assault on an officer have both been arrested. Just after 3 a.m. on November 18th, an officer located a stolen pickup in the parking lot of a Waterville store. 32-year-old Ashlyn Libby was a passenger and 28-year-old Ricky Gould was standing behind the truck. When the officer confronted Gould, a fight ensued, and Gould allegedly assaulted the officer before fleeing in the stolen truck. Waterville police say Gould and Libby are believed to have been involved in the theft of multiple vehicles from St. Albans yesterday. Last night, the Greenville Police Department received information that Gould and Libby were hiding in a vacant camp on Lily Bay Road in Greenville. Officers surrounded the camp but were unable to get the pair to come out. Police made entry after talking to the camp owner. Both Gould and Libby were arrested. They both face numerous charges to include assault on an officer, burglary, theft by receiving stolen property, and refusing to submit to arrest. A former Maine governor is raising funds to help victims of the Lewiston mass shooting. Former Governor Paul LePage is a Lewiston native himself. He says he grew up less than 5 minutes away from one of the shooting locations. LePage has set a goal to raise $500,000 to support victims and families affected by the shooting this holiday season.
I checked in the city, and there's a lot of efforts going on, but none of them are going to generate resources before Christmas. It's all going to be after Christmas, like in March, February, March, April. And so I decided I'd try to raise $500,000 and get the money out to them by the 15th or 20th, before Christmas. So they'd have money going into the winter and they could buy maybe a few gifts for those that have families.
If you'd like to donate, you can go to the Lewiston Auburn Chamber of Commerce Foundation website at lametrochamber.com. Former Governor LePage will also be hosting a December 15th fundraiser at the Royal Oak Room in Lewiston. Admission is $150 per person or $250 per couple. Group is once again opening their doors to anyone in need of a warm holiday meal this Thanksgiving. Our David Ledford spoke with volunteers as they put their finishing touches on the feast.
Volunteers at the Skowhegan Community Center have been steadily working over the past few days to prepare dozens of turkeys, hundreds of pounds of potatoes, and of course, plenty of pies to feed more than 200 Mainers on Thanksgiving Day, completely free of charge.
It's just important to make somebody else, somebody's day, Thanksgiving Day, extra special, where they don't maybe have family or nowheres to go, especially with the increase in prices at the grocery store.
Volunteers say the annual meal dates back more than 18 years and helps to support the town's senior citizens.
We have a lot of elderly population that come up, and to cook Thanksgiving dinner for 2 people, that's a lot, and it's expensive. So if we can provide that for them and they come up here, and it's also a social gathering for them.
The center will offer both a sit-down and to-go option for holiday diners. And for those who can't make it into town, volunteers will deliver right to their doors.
So people that can't get out, don't have a vehicle, we do deliveries to their personal homes so that they can have a Thanksgiving dinner. We pack up a full hot meal.
Volunteers shared what keeps them coming back year after year.
It feels good to see the families come in and you see them get excited or happy about it, but also just seeing the smiles on everyone's faces.
A holiday feast this large is expected to bring with it plenty of leftovers, but they won't go to waste.
Leftovers, we utilize those and make turkey pies next week, and then we sell those and the funds go back into the next year's Thanksgiving dinner.
The meal will be served at the center from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thanksgiving Day, and all are welcome. In Skowhegan, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Just another great example of the Maine community giving back. All right, well, there's more local news coming up right after the break, including an important message for those seeking assistance with their electric bills. Stay with us.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Now for Black Friday, sign and drive on the all-wheel drive Tucson with zero do-it signing, zero down, and zero security deposit. Now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA Insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA Insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Football fans, with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Now for Black Friday, get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or $2,500 bonus cash on the all-wheel drive Tucson. Offers end 11/30.
The Rotary Club of Bangor's Festival of Lights Parade, Saturday, December 2nd.
Welcome back. Maine's recent change to eligibility for heat pump rebates is drawing fierce backlash from Maine's top Senate Democrat. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with Senate President Troy Jackson to learn more about his concerns.
There's way too many things to go wrong, and I just don't think that people should be put in that situation.
Senate President Troy Jackson is talking about the recent change in rebate eligibility by Efficiency Maine that requires anyone seeking a rebate that is installing a new whole home heat pump system to disable their current primary heat source.
You know, we shouldn't be mandating as a state anything like that unless we know for certain that people are going to be warm.
Senate President Jackson says he has many concerns regarding the new rules, including the frigid temperatures that parts of our state get to, and what would happen if the power goes out. So, he drafted a bill named An Act to Expand the Availability of Heat Pump Rebates in Certain Areas of the State. What he says the bill would do is start by expanding eligibility for the heat pump rebates to areas of the state that get the coldest.
We're really gambling here because we know for a fact it's going to get cold. I think for a fact that it's going to get cold enough that heat pumps won't work.
Michael Stoddard, the executive director for Efficiency Maine, says there are a lot of misconceptions when it comes to modern heat pumps.
The new generation of heat pump technology can make heat even when the temperatures are frigid. And we learned this last year in February when we went through that incredible cold snap. And we learned that people whose entire homes are heated with heat pumps stayed warm through that cold snap.
Stoddard adds that disabling the primary heat source could be something as simple as turning off the thermostat and covering it with a plastic cover that has a lock and key, so that if you need to run the primary heat source, it can be activated quickly. Senate President Jackson's bill was approved by the Legislative Council and will be presented sometime in the new legislative session, which begins on January 3rd. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Maine Public Utilities Commission's Low-Income Assistance Program has received a $7.5 million increase in funding, and this year they're also expanding eligibility. The program grants financial assistance to help eligible Mainers pay their electric bills. Our Doug Banks has details.
If you're one of the 67,000 Mainers who received this letter from DHHS, then you're eligible to have money, also known as bill credits, taken off your electric bill. 13,000 of those letters were sent to Versant customers.
We need the help of DHHS, the Department of Health and Human Services, to determine who is income eligible. So they have all of that data, they send the letters, and then the letters are sent back to Versant Power or the utility that the customer uses.
The letter instructs eligible Mainers to fill out the name of your electric company, account number, the names on that account, and to send the letter to your power company. Contact and mailing information will be provided.
The utility can actually enter their or tell them how to enter their information in a web form, and DHS can verify whether they're eligible or not. So if somebody thinks they should have gotten a letter and didn't, there's no need to panic. Just reach out to your utility and that can be checked.
A statement from the Office of Public Advocate strongly urges eligible Mainers not to wait to take advantage of this opportunity, saying, benefits of up to $1,000, depending on household income, are available by simply sending a copy of the letter to your local utility. Those already enrolled in the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program will automatically be enrolled in the Low-Income Assistance Program.
Go to www.maineelectrichealth.com, which is a website that we've set up that provides information on the various types of assistance that are available, not only for your electric bill, for any of your utility bills.
In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, and coming up in sports, the Patriots are preparing to take on the Giants this Sunday. We'll have the latest on where they stand with the quarterback situation. That story coming up.
You come to a credit union to work because you actually feel like helping people.
You get to be a part of really life-changing moments.
It builds a really rewarding professional career.
And that's why I like credit unions.
I've been on both sides of the apprenticeship process as an apprentice and as the training director. As an apprentice, I know that it was a great opportunity and a great experience to go through the program. And on the sponsor side of things, I know that it's a great opportunity for us to be able to grow our workforce as well as have control on the training portion to make sure that we are training the future that we need in the field. We could use a lot more licensed electricians in the state of Maine for all the projects that are happening.
The clock is ticking on the Toyota year-end closeout. Right now, you can get a 2024 RAV4 with $1,000 financing cash. Toyota, let's go places.
At Central Maine Denture, licensed denturist Patrick Allen has been creating smiles with private care and premium service for many years and is now serving patients in Eastern Maine at his new Bangor office. Central Maine Denture provides full, partial, immediate, hybrid, and implant dentures, as well as repairs, relines, and rebases. Patrick Allen makes all of the dentures in-house from start to finish, and the quality shows in his patients' happy smiles. Now you can reclaim your smile at Central Maine Dentures.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Caswell's Grocery Liquidation, where you shop first. Shop local. Great savings and selection. It's worth the trip. You won't be disappointed.
Your dollar goes a long, 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 long way at Caswell.
You couldn't ask for a better group of people when you're working at a credit union.
When I first started out, everyone was super welcoming.
There's a lot of focus with the community.
It builds a really rewarding professional career. It's just a wonderful place to work.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
Welcome back in, everyone. Let's start with the New England Patriots. The Pats and Giants will kick off on Sunday afternoon at MetLife Stadium. The big mystery surrounding the 2-8 Patriots this week, though, is who will be suiting up at quarterback on Sunday. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, or perhaps someone else? Both Jones and Zappi have been getting plenty of reps in practice, and on Wednesday, Jones told the media he plans to start on Sunday. Not sure if that's his plan or the team's plan. He also touched on how thankful he is that he has a chance to play at all.
That's the plan. I think I always work really hard for that. Really put a lot of attention and detail into the week, like I talked about, and a lot of that decision making is things I can't control, but I can control my attitude and my effort, like I talked about, and I'm really thankful overall just to be in the NFL and be playing quarterback.
And it will certainly be an interesting game depending on who suits up. All right, well, let's go to some college hoops now. 1 week from Thursday, former Gorham Rams basketball star Mackenzie Holmes and her nationally ranked Indiana Hoosiers will be at Portland's Cross Insurance Arena to battle UMaine. The Hoosiers are in Fort Myers, Florida as we speak, getting ready to play Tennessee on Thursday and then Princeton on Saturday. Here's Mackenzie on Wednesday talking about her big return to Maine.
I'm probably going to wait until Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon to really let it hit me that we're going to Maine, just because I want to stay as focused as possible on these next two upcoming games. But, you know, I'm just excited to see who all comes out. Like I said before, you know, they've supported me, but they've also fallen in love with Indiana women's basketball back home.
Everyone loves a homecoming. Should be a great game. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you so much. Our Maine weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studios in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. All right, guys. Wow, what a mess out here we had today. Pretty much a pretty good low pressure system in the area. We saw some snow, a little bit of mixture rain and snow, and then back into some rain with temperatures really rising into those lower 40s. Down south, of course, New York City, DC, Raleigh, back into just rain with temperatures well above freezing. But still, a little bit of snow is falling. Some pretty moderate snow in the most eastern part of the state, but don't worry, things will continue to improve the next several hours, and then we really start to clear up by overnight and then into tomorrow morning. Maybe a couple of sprinkles still left over here in town, but overall, though, we're going to see some decrease in clouds throughout the day tomorrow, and then a pretty good looking day for Friday. The main thing is we are going to stay mainly clear for tomorrow. Big day, of course, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. But weather-wise, though, it does look like we will start to clear up and things will be improving for tomorrow. The rest of snowfall, we're expecting very light accumulations. Like I said, wherever that moderate band of snow is right about here, that's where we're looking at just slight more additional accumulations, maybe up to an inch. Other than that, we will continue to clear up all over the state. But take a look at this. If you're by the coast, hopefully you're holding your hats and your jackets. 15-mile-an-hour winds in Bar Harbor, 15 in Machias as well. Look at Rockland. Wow, a whopping 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds. That means wind gusts are, of course, higher and stronger than 30 miles per hour at times. And, of course, with this low-pressure system in the area, we are talking about very, very high waves. If you're a surfer, I wouldn't recommend it, but this is your time. 13-foot waves just off the coast, 14, even right here, we're talking even up to 18-foot waves, folks. So very, very scary stuff going on, of course, with that low-pressure system in the area that is producing winds, and it is making pretty rough seas offshore. This morning, though, we did see below freezing temperatures. That's why a little bit of snow did accumulate, and then it turned into rain, of course, with temperatures that did rise into those lower 40s. Tomorrow, though, we're looking at mid-40s outside, back into the 30s, and then 40s make a return Sunday into Monday, just ahead of another cool down beginning by next Tuesday. For tonight, though, we will see some very light, very scattered rain showers in the area. Of course, some snowflakes up north. Maybe a snowflake or two will mix in here in town. No more accumulations in Bangor for tonight. Temperatures will be hovering in those mid-30s, so of course, no snow will be accumulating. For tomorrow, though, we're going to be melting a lot of the snow, even up north. We're talking mid-40s outside, sprinkles possible early, and then decreasing clouds for our Thanksgiving. It will be a bit breezy as well. Our extended forecast outlook does show we're going to be good for Friday, Saturday into Sunday, then a little bit more rain possible Sunday night into Monday.
All right, Conrad, and there's more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
DraftKings, giving a bonus bet back if I lose so I don't have to sweat my bet? NBA Hall of Famer Patrick Ewing. Now, you know all about sweating. Break it down for us.
A no-sweat bet. It's kind of like an offensive rebound. You miss your first shot, you get another chance to score.
You're supposed to shower after the game, Patrick.
Everyone gets a second shot with a no-sweat bet from DraftKings Sportsbook. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Finding the right health insurance can be, well, stressful. Between feeling invisible in the eyes of big corporations and wondering if you can afford the coverage you need, it can make even your best days feel uneasy. But when you join Community Health Options, you have real Mainers in your corner, people who know how hard it is out there and put your needs over their profits, giving you the freedom to focus on what truly matters in life. People over profits. Now that's a novel idea. Enroll today at healthoptions.org.
The clock is ticking on the Toyota year-end closeout. Right now, you could save with 3.99% financing on a Tacoma 4x4. Toyota, let's go places.
Tonight, celebrating former First Lady Rosalind Carter, the country and the world say goodbye. Plus, the truce to start freeing the hostages. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
welcome back, everyone. With all the Thanksgiving preparations underway, that's not keeping people from getting an early start to their holiday shopping this year. The National Retail Federation expects sales to reach record levels this holiday season, with Americans projected to spend nearly $1 trillion between now and Christmas. The Federation also anticipates 58% of shoppers will do their shopping online. That's an increase of 2% over last year. Despite those projections, though, shops in downtown Bangor remain busy, a testament to the unique items and experiences they offer.
Your local shops are not built around that same model. They are really targeted towards helping you find exactly the right thing that you need for the people on your list. They get to know you. It's a personalized experience. The selection within the store is cultivated to meet the community's needs.
Lundy recommends starting your holiday shopping locally before heading to the big box stores. Stores like Rebecca's Gift Shop are already starting to see the early demand, and they're hoping to capitalize on that holiday rush.
We're anticipating a really busy year. People are starting to shop early. People seem to be pretty enthusiastic about their shopping this year.
The city of Bangor will also be hosting Plaid Friday this week. The event is similar to Black Friday, but will feature discounts at local shops. And shoppers are also encouraged to wear their favorite plaid outfits. Bangor will also host Small Business Saturday the following day, so lots to look forward to on the local shopping front. All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. For everyone here at ABC 7, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be right back here at 11. Good night.